So, getting into this whole drama thing. This is going to be video 1, okay? I don't hopefully I don't have to make a shit ton of parts to this where I have to watch 20 fucking videos like I did the last drama series, but apparently something's going on. I have no idea what's going on. But Mtashed posted a video. Braxophone just dropped even crazier drama than Tectone. Atsu, quote-unquote, canceled. Okay? This was brought to my attention by one of my viewers, Doctor. So I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm so people know the 3 ways. All right, let's get into this. This is, like I said, part 1 of hopefully 1, but we'll
what
get
the
there.
hell is going on? I shaved my mustache, all right, because I was like, there's no more drama. There can't be any more drama, possibly. And then, Braxophone posts this, and I have to talk about it because this is kind of crazy. Listen, I did a whole video talking about the drama, and I said I don't want to talk about the drama anymore. I don't like the drama anymore, but it has gotten to another level that I have to
Who
talk
doesn't
about
like
the goddamn
drama?
This is interesting. This is very interesting. Let me get started, okay? I think that in my video, if we look at my my good old video here that I just posted, I talked about the community imploding, all right? And then I went back and I made a little review of Black Swan. I tried to move on really quickly, but here we are. Now, I discussed the community exploding, and I kind of called out Tectone. I said, you know what, Tectone sometimes I think is a bit of a problem causer.
Yes.
He makes a lot of drama videos. He
100%. And I covered this in the last drama series because it had to do with Tectone. He likes to play innocent, but he likes to also stir shit up and start drama and then be like, oh, I didn't do anything. I'm innocent in all this. And then at the very end of the drama, whenever it's concluded, he's like, listen, sometimes I'm an asshole. And it's like, okay, well, I know.
People out, he throws little cheap shots, and the other side of the Genshin community,
And Tash and Tectone aren't friends anymore?
they throw cheap shots back. It's this ruined thing. But with some of the claims that Braxophone is making, it's a little interesting. It adds a little spice to the pot. And I want to discuss this. All right?
Spice
So
me
he
up.
said, TLDR, Atsu hates me. I don't know why. Atsu spreads hate of me to other creators and industry professionals, and I don't know why. Atsu uses other people to climb the social ladder. I'll debate on this one because I think it's just potentially some creator stuff, but he makes that comment. Atsu is coming after me and my friends in the open now, and I'm tired of it. I just want to be left alone and not have my career tampered with. This is interesting, and potentially, if you look at this, how you want to look at it, if someone came to my KFC, all right, I'm selling chicken, and someone is shouting, by the way, they've got rats in the kitchen, and I lose business, and there isn't rats in the kitchen, that is slander.
Correct.
That is something I could sue them for, right? If someone was
so
to
these
persuade
creators
a
don't find
company
you.
to...
I'm craving for one of these bigger creators to see one of my videos. That would turn me on so much.
say Mtash should be
I mean, I would appreciate that so much.
blacklisted. Do not work with him, and then they don't. Hypothetically, that is slander. They have impacted my ability to make money. The words they've said, even if they aren't true. And the way Braxophone talks about this, it is like, this is interesting. Now, I don't want to read this thing word for word. I would love for you to read it yourself before I even give my take. Optimally, that's how you would do it. But I want to summarize a few things here.
Dude, do I need... I don't want to have to fucking read this. Oh my gosh.
The quick and dirty is Braxophone, maybe a little bit more of an awkward guy, has some interactions with Atsu. It starts out pretty good. The next one, they seem a little off. It doesn't seem right. They're not really making eye contact. Things look weird. And then eventually it erupts to the point where he can...
Wow, YouTubers who spend 24/7 of their life inside of their room are kind of awkward. Yeah.
Braxophone can tell something's off here. Something isn't going on here. It seems they don't like me. Now, Braxophone's been making guides, doing well, overall, has been invited to some events, obviously, or unless he's just showing up to these events. I'm assuming
Here, wait, let me
he
move
is
my...
getting invited by Hoyoverse
That way y'all can
in
see.
some capacity. But I don't think it says anywhere here. So
That way y'all can see
Braxophone,
his sexy face.
I'm just going to call it out here, too. If you were showing up to all these big Genshin events and you weren't flown out by Hoyo and you're just showing up and you're like, hey guys, I'm here.
I bench
That
all of it.
would be why Atsu and them probably started being like, what's going on? If I was flown out to Seattle for a Destiny event and then all these other smaller creators just like showed up at the bar and they weren't flown out by Bungie, it would be kind of like, yo, why are they here? Like, what's going on? It's a little weird. So unless you were flying out there and infiltrating these places, then you're chilling.
But I appreciate that,
if
Corky.
Hoyo flew you out, or you're going there on their dime, or whatever it is, then there's no reason for them to be weird with you or be awkward. But I want to talk about this point here first because I don't know every single detail, and I want to look at the layers here. But I early on in my career, I tried to email people and do collaborations, and one of my good friends, I'll bring up his channel here, Mr. Fruit. I love this guy. I used to watch his videos, and Mr. Fruit has been a huge channel. He was a lot bigger than me. I wanted to collaborate with Mr. Fruit, and he got so annoyed with me that I was asking him to collab, and I'm just like, we could do this stuff. Eventually, he just blocked me. He just ignored me. He's like, I can't do this. I was a small creator. I had no following, and I don't blame him because it's kind of like, my guy.
So
you've got.
I'm gonna do Tectone's 2-hour video, but I'll do MTash's first. I'll definitely make sure to get to both takes. So I guess technically, no matter what, this is part 1 out of 2 official parts.
No audience. You don't have any views.
We'll see.
Like it seems like you're just trying to use me or leech off me, and I get that. Eventually, we met in person, and he realized how sweet I am, and we became really good friends. But I don't think that that's an inappropriate reaction. When some person just starts emailing you and like, hey, let's hang out, let's do this stuff, it's a little weird. And I did it with my buddy Dado, too. Dado, I'm like trying to befriend Dado. I'm like, we can make videos together. And it's like, my guy, you got 2 videos and you had 0 viewers. Like, there wasn't really a place for me to collab with them at that time because I wasn't even really a creator. I didn't have any skills. I was like emailing them before I was even a YouTuber. Now, if I look at this stuff and I look at what he's saying, unless he was D-Gen level conversation, I think anyone can pick up, hey, this guy's a little awkward.
That's right.
But I don't think anyone, for the most part, would recognize, hey, this guy's a little awkward, and then go to the levels that it's gone. He mentions that they met a few times. First time was weird. Then there's a little bit of a lack of eye contact. But each time that they met, things got...
Isn't a lack of eye contact a sign of being acoustic?
weird. Now, I want to mention this moment right here.
So, like, it wouldn't be, like, his fault? I don't know.
There's something to do with a creepy voice actor, and someone kind of warns Brax about this voice actor, and so I don't know what this means exactly, but essentially, like, the Tainari guy, let's just say the Tainari guy who got fired, maybe that person is creepy, right? And in one of the conversations with Atsu, he kind of warns him about that voice actor. I'm not saying the exact one, I don't know who it is, but...
I just thought...
Atsu's kind of like, okay, that's kind of weird. Why are you bringing this up? And that is a bit of a weird interaction, if I'm being honest. Like, it's kind of like why are you telling me this? Like, hey, I just want to tell you that other YouTuber kind of creepy. It does seem a little bit manipulative if that's one of your first interactions of like, why are you trying to drop this tea on me? I don't even really know you, right? So, absolutely, that could be a trigger that causes some of this stuff. So I want to play both sides here of like, maybe Brax innocent, but also Brax maybe understand where some of this is coming from as well. Now, they go to some other events, and some of the creators there, and he mentions Dish right in the middle there, super nice. Joshua, really nice overall, and things are fine. But they take a picture together. Dish invites him in. He wasn't just lurking in the background like, hello, everyone, I'm Braxophone. He was invited by Dish to take the picture. But then after that picture, Atsu's like, all right, let's do another one without this guy, specifically. And then I've seen the posted video, or like the posted image on Twitter, and Brax isn't in there. And so I can understand, like, hey, I really want like an intimate photo with my friends, but it's also like, hey, I want a photo with all these creators, but not Braxophone. That is a deliberate choice. That is a business decision as well, potentially. And it goes on where he's like, I'm not sure why was this way. Like, I don't know where this tension came from. Was it from the conversations? Atsu's never officially said. He eventually breaks down and says, I gotta just DM this person. I gotta ask him, and he does leak the DMs. All right? And he said, hey, can we have a chat? And he's like, what's up? And he's like, yo, I saw your post on your alternate account about not normalizing needing to be friends with everyone. And that's fair. It's like, keep your circle tight. You don't want to be friends with everyone. There's a lot of...
Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Okay, so Braxophone is messaging Atsu. Hey, dude, can we chat? What's up? I saw your post on the alt about normalizing not needing to be friends with everyone in the space, and I think that's fair. Nobody should feel like they need to be anyone's friend, and I think faking it can be pretty bad. I wanted to ask, though, is there something I did? Maybe I'm just heavily misreading stuff, but I've really sort of felt like you might be avoiding interacting with me. And if that's the case, I just want to know if there's something that I did that you didn't like. Again, I don't really think anyone or everyone needs to be friends. I would like to at least not be on bad terms with people, though. Hey, Brax. That sounds like something like his lawyer typed up. Hey, Brax. I don't consider to be on bad terms with you, but I do keep you at arm's length simply because I don't really know you that well, and I found it a bit uncomfortable how eager you came across in trying to befriend me. It almost felt forceful. Post NYC and even post LA, certain tweets and actions I saw over time continued to reaffirm to me that it was probably indeed in my best interest to keep you at arm's length. Okay. While I would like to elaborate more, I can't say in good faith that I trust you to respect certain degrees of privacy or to keep certain things truly confidential. Okay. Guys, short arms.
A lot of people that are colleagues. Some of the people you work with or you go to school with, you're not best friends. You'll never be best friends, and that's okay. You don't have to be best friends with everyone.
Sure.
But again, Brax is a little bit anxious. He sees that tweet and he's like, okay, well, obviously that's about me. And he asks him about it. He calls him out on it, he asks him, and he says, Brax, I don't consider to be on bad terms with you, but I do keep you at an arm's length. Simply because I don't really know you that well, and I found it a bit uncomfortable how eager you came across to befriend me. Okay. I can understand that, and I can relate a little bit. I think I did that to some people early on in my career. When you see other successful people, sometimes you also want to be part of that. You want to be friends with them. It's like, hey, like, I'm a YouTuber too. Like, we're kind of colleagues, right? And you don't have to be friends, but if you have similar interests and similar goals and a similar job, like, wouldn't you at least want to try? And wouldn't you want to at least give someone the benefit of the doubt for trying? And even if your first interaction or two were a little off.
Yeah, so, like, whenever it comes to that, like, comparing it to real life, you know, like, so long as you're on the same level as your coworkers, I think it's extremely important to at least have a certain level of friendliness with them, because you're you're there as a team. I mean, depending on, like, the position, like, obviously, giant corporations with thousands upon thousands of you know of like workers, it may be a little bit hard. But I don't know, like, if you're at the tippity top of YouTube, I don't know, I think it'd be kind of chill to be friends with people, just kind of bounce things off of other popular people that are around the same level as you. I think that's pretty cool. Like, you don't have to trust them, like, you don't have to tell them your deepest darkest secrets, but it's just like, hey, if if I ever saw MTashed and I was like, hey, I'm a fan, like, would you want to just grab a drink and go on a date together? I definitely wouldn't spill my deepest darkest secrets, but, like, I'd get to know him, be like, yeah, so, how'd you get into YouTube? How'd you blah, 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 blah. Like, just being super chill and friendly. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. But again, I don't have to be like, yeah, whenever I was 16, I did X, Y, and Z. Jerking off on stream. I would tell him that. I don't consider that private. I would say I've directly looked into your eyes while I'm watching your videos and jerked off to you. So,
if you got to know them, maybe that would change. And I want to give you a great example of that. And I've told this to my boy in the past. My buddy Cacus HD. My first couple interactions with Cacus, I was like not the biggest fan. For some reason, I felt like we clashed a little bit, and I felt like we were kind of roasting each other a little too early, and we just didn't get along. And I was kind of like, I don't really want to go to dinner with him, even though we're at this event. Like, he can come, but I'm being honest. My first impression, the first day, was like, I don't know. But after talking with him for just a short period of time, I started to realize, no, this guy's actually pretty sweet. And now he is like one of my best friends. We went to the cabin together. We went to the mountains together. We really have gotten close. So sometimes you're...
We were in the cabin in the mountains, okay? We were alone. We were cold. We had to do what was necessary.
First impression is wrong. And so it is a very interesting thing here. Maybe Brax is awkward as fuck. Like, maybe he's the most awkward person I've ever seen. But I also have met him in person, and my impression was like, oh, this is a cool dude. Like, there's no part of me that was like, what the hell? This guy's a freaking weirdo. Because you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell if they're, like, standing in the corner like, I would like to talk to you. Because I've run into those people at TwitchCon and stuff like that. And I hate to say it, but, like, some people are so awkward that it's like this tension. There's this buildup. I never got that from Brax. And maybe he was like that in the past. But Atsu's saying here, I wanted to keep you at an arm's length. I didn't get a good vibe from you. I felt it uncomfortable that you wanted to befriend me. And it's like, can you blame him, Atsu? Look at all your cool friends. You're all laughing. People. It seems like you're all really close.
That's fair.
Can you blame him for, like, wanting to maybe join into that group? Or if he is being flown out by Hoyo versus Well, like, isn't it kind of awkward that it's like, well, we've got our one click, and we're all flown out by Hoyo, but you can't come? Can you understand how that would be a little bit stressful for Brax as well? It'd be like, what? Why is everyone else friends and I'm just like this loser over here? You know what I mean? And so he goes on to say, while I would like to...
Oh, yeah, I wanted to actually finish reading this. So, all right, thanks for the honesty. I'm pretty awkward, and I haven't really gotten used to the parasocial stuff, moving from knowing of people online to meeting them in person is not something I'm good at, and I apologize for making you uncomfortable. Generally, I want to, at the least, be on good terms with everyone, and if it helps you feel better about our past interactions, I'm not trying to clout chase or anything like that. That would be far from the best thing for me, my community, or you. I was just pretty excited to meet other creators. I really enjoy being friends with most of the creators I know, and I think it would be super fun to be friends with a lot of creators. I don't talk too much. But as I've said, I'm pretty awkward, so I get that I don't give off a good vibe. Anyways, thanks again for the honesty and respect that decision. If you ever do want to chat, don't be a stranger though. No hard feelings. Okay, that
To elaborate
Sure.
more, I can't say in good faith that I trust you to respect certain degrees of privacy or to keep things truly confidential. I don't think you're a bad person, but also, I don't think I can really vibe with you on a friend level. Now, if you don't want to vibe on a friend level, that's fine. But also, I don't think anyone would want to leak something like this. Ever. If someone just said, yeah, man, like, I just think you're super awkward, I don't want to be friends with you at all, no one is going to leak that. That's embarrassing, and that hurts. And to say, I don't trust you, I don't trust the confidentiality.
Like I could see like that would definitely hurt, like if you're just enthusiastic about meeting someone and they just say, oh yeah, you're awkward, you're weird, you're over enthusiastic, and I don't trust you, that would hurt. Like that would really hurt, like it wouldn't make me mad, it would just be like, shit, like I feel like a piece of shit.
Of this stuff, this is a pretty big red flag. It's kind of like, yo, why are you so mad, bro? Almost, And so I'm looking at this, and I obviously can only get one side of it. But even Atsu's response is like a little bit harsh. If Kakis on day one was like, hey, like, do you want to hang out after? I'd be like, honestly, no. I want to go to bed. I don't really want to hang out with you. But I wouldn't be like, and I don't trust you. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how you're going to sewer me, but I will not even consider.
So, I don't know if this is an actual thing, but I have seen in personal examples where, like, someone is just very, like, they may not be the best person, and they're kind of manipulative, and they're kind of a dick. And so whenever they encounter someone that they see as a threat to, whether it be like a power dynamic or whatever, but meeting someone that they know that they can't necessarily control, then they immediately are just like this horrible negative reaction, like, get away from me, I don't want you around me. But it's mainly because they're afraid, because they know that you're not, gonna just bend over and fold to whatever they're saying. Atsu is older. He doesn't have time for drama with these children. I mean, how old is Atsu compared to Braxophone? That's why you don't like me. Riku, I think that's why you don't like me, because I love you so much, and you're just not used to this amount of love. And listen, I'm here for you. I love you. I'd give you a forehead kiss. Right in the middle, too. Not like a side forehead kiss. Right in the third eye.
Getting to know you. Like, it does seem a little harsh. And so did he hear something from someone else? Where is this coming from? I would love to hear the other side. I need to hear the other side. I want to have the other side. But this is a really odd thing. And so this happens. He talks to some friends. He's unsure what to do. He's in a catch-22 of, like, I kind of want to tell people about this because it feels odd. I feel very, like, ostracized from this community, from these people, and I don't exactly know why, and I want to ask people, why am I ostracized? Why don't they like me? But then I'm breaking the trust, and so it's like, I don't know what to do here. And then finally, he breaks, and he asks a couple people, and they're like, yeah, we did hear that about you. You can't be trusted. And it's like, what? Where and why? Why exactly, right? It's a confusing thing. But there's other meetups that are going on.
Keep in mind, I'm not familiar with Braxophone or Atsu. I have no idea if I've ever seen their videos. Their names sound familiar, so I'm sure I've clicked on their videos before. I'll probably just watch one of their one of each of their videos after this just to remember who they are. But regardless, they're both making videos over Genshin Impact. So like I don't care how old one is compared to the other. It's Genshin Impact.
And he's essentially
We are all on the same maturity level if we play Genshin Impact.
blacklisted from these meetings. There's an Atsu birthday party. They're going to all these different events and cons. They're going out for dinners, and he's just not invited. Now, I don't know at this point, is he still being flown out by Hoyoverse, and then this group is just doing other activities without him? Or is Braxophone flying out to the Philippines and going to the con there, or all these different things? I don't know for sure. So I can't speak on that. But if he's being flown up by Hoyoverse and then they're still doing all these events, but he's just not invited, that's a very weird thing. Like, it's a very weird precedent. I've been flown out for multiple different games. I've been to conventions.
Must
and
be
it's
nice.
like, if they fly you out, you're with the group. You're going to dinner. They take care of you. They're feeding you. You're getting hotels and paid, and like it's a thing. They wouldn't fly you out to the event and be like, "Yeah, everyone, let's go out for dinner." Except you, Braxophone. you know, like, that is bizarre. That is psycho.
During the
So
research,
I don't
Brax is half the
understand
size of
why this is
Atsu.
happening, but he mentions multiple
Gotcha.
times there's events going on, creators are going, but he isn't.
And, listen, like, I get the whole, being a big creator. Yeah, like, you're going to be a little hesitant to say certain things to certain people because you're just like, shit, like, I don't want this person ruining my image. And if, like you never know if someone's, like, secretly recording you, right? So, like, let's say if, you just make a stupid joke or you say something that you don't want other people hearing. I get it, you don't want it. Both have over 200k. Atsu has 400k plus. Yeah, I mean, like, it is weird. Like, again, I'm not familiar with Braxophone, but if he has a history of leaking personal information about people, okay, I get where Atsu is coming from, but if Braxophone doesn't have that type of image, then I do think that maybe Atsu was kind of a little bit harsh.
Wasn't invited. Now, I would say neither was I. I was invited. I've never been to a Genshin event. These guys are going to symphonies and orchestra stuff. I'm not going. And so I'm blacklisted too. But I'm not going to fly out while they're all going to dinner and be like, I wasn't invited. I just know I'm not welcome. I know I'm not. So I would love more context on all this stuff, officially. But looking at all of this stuff, it does seem that he's so ostracized, and people are saying, like, yeah, he's not welcome. But then there's a moment where he says in here that Joshua kind of says, I went to bat for you. And someone actually said
Joshua?
that to me.
Who's Joshua?
And I'm not going to leak it, because I don't give a shit at this point. But another creator said that to me. I went to bat for you. For what? Why? To who?
Yeah,
To
that's
Hoyoverse? Did you go to bat for me for Hoyoverse? Or did you go to bat for me?
Wait, was Atsu saying that he went to bat for Braxophone?
Or Atsu? Now, that being said, I have talked to Atsu, and one of the times when I was complaining about the creator server, Atsu did reach out and be like, hey, I don't know what I could do, but I'll at least poke the bear. And it...
Okay, hold on. This is still happening. Found or concocted some reason to distrust. He would rather invite complete strangers. Okay, so I mean, Sorry, I'm trying to read through this. I don't want to read through the whole fucking thing. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I get that Braxfun wants to be a part of the cool kids in Genshin, if there are, if that is such a thing. But it's like, I don't know. Like to me, I wouldn't fucking care. Like, if someone's gonna be a fucking dick to me, and they don't want to hang out with me, and if they invite everyone else except for me, fine. I don't fucking care. Go fuck yourself. You know, like, I don't know, like, a party that you're not invited to, why would you want to go? Or why would you be sad that you can't go? You know? I would just keep focusing on trying to become bigger than them, and then once you're bigger than them, then guess what? They're gonna come begging to you, and then you can shit on them.
It did get things moving, and I got to talk.
I think revenge through success is the best and the sweetest revenge. Just a giant crybaby fest. Yeah. Yeah. Dish, Atsu, Twanto, and Anthony are not the cool kids. Nobody cares about the Genshin clique. Yeah, like, again, like, the only two creators to where I would be like, yeah, I'd grab a fucking margarita with them would be Tectone and Mtash. Those are the only two. Like, the male creators. Some of the female creators, shit, I'd get a drink with all of them. But regardless, you know, again, it's like, why? What, like, you know, I mean, I get it, you know, you feel left out, you feel like, you know, you don't have any friends, so sure. But again, like, why would you want friends whenever you can have internet waifus? You want to get a drink?
And so Atsu did help me out, or it led to someone reaching out eventually, and so for whatever reason, like I've run into Atsu a couple times, and I saw him at TwitchCon, and we took a picture together. And he never posted, I never posted. It's no one's business, but you know, I saw him, I saw a lot of them, and I am like blacklisted. Like Hoyoverse hates me, and they were still like relatively nice to me overall. And
cool.
That was cool and
exactly, yeah.
But I never got a vibe from them that like I'm like this evil person. It's kind of one of those things where it's like,
Albert Einstein.
Yeah, we know you're blacklisted. Like, nod in the distance, but they didn't try to avoid me. I said hi to all of them, and they were all really nice. The only one I didn't get to see was Dish, who I actually wanted to say hello to and be like, hey, what's going on, Dish? And I didn't get to see Enviosity either, because I don't know what Envy looks like, and I also didn't want to like. Even if I did, it's like I wouldn't want to like put that out there or like be like, yo, Envy, and then someone hears it, and it you know, I think that's a very risky thing, because people that don't show their face, like, they do that for a reason. They want to be you know, on their own and all that
that's
stuff.
Also weird.
I don't know, it's really hard looking at this stuff to understand all of this. And the interactions I've had with this group of people, like, for the most part, have been overall positive, other than the very beginning few months of Genshin, where I do feel that I was ostracized.
So, wait, how many? Yeah, 941K. So, that's probably, like, he's probably had positive interactions with these people because he's so much bigger than them. At least from what I know. So it's like, of course you're going to be nicer to someone who's bigger than you. Like, you know, they'll all see Mtashed, you know, with all of his viewers, and then be like, oh, we got to be nice to him. He, like, you know, he's twice as big as us. So, you know, taking his word. It's like being nice to your boss, right? Like, even whenever they're a complete jackass, you still have to kiss their ass. So, you know, that's probably why MTash has an overwhelming positive outlook on these people.
Sized
They could be great people. I don't know. I've never had interactions with them, so I don't know.
myself and kind of
I'm just giving some real personal examples.
painted as a bad guy, and I know that I get why some of it happened, but like
Says the PNG
some of it
tuber.
felt like, well, I wasn't rude to you guys. I never trolled you creators or said anything about you guys, but you guys are like really talking shit about me. That's kind of the vibe I got early on, and then everyone chilled out for the most part, and it's been fine, but whatever. Now he talks about this stuff, and I don't really agree with this stuff, or like I don't want to get into this too much, but he kind of makes comments about collaborating with other people, and it does way better than his other content, and how he's a bit of a ladder climber, and it seems like he's collaborating with all these people, he's handpicking all these people to grow all their brands together, getting everyone sponsored by Hoyoverse. He's a bit of a ringleader, and it's like that's a big claim, and I mean collaborations do lead to more views, and that's a smart thing to do, and I mean, I don't know.
Hey, Untamed and MTash collaboration. I think that'd be cool. We're about the same size.
I don't think that this is like this like super evil thing or anything like that. You know, I just don't want to get into this as anything, but the one thing I'll say about the comments about the ladder climbing and the sponsorships with Hoyoverse is, like, again, if someone is a ringleader who's causing the sponsorships to happen or causing you to get blacklisted, like, that could be a scary thing. That does impact your revenue and all these things. If one of those people that works with them goes to Hoyoverse and says, you cannot trust Braxophone, he's worse than Tectone and MTash, and he doesn't get sponsored, like, is that is like a...
That would piss me the fuck off. Like, that would get me heated, because it's like, I mean, Hoyoverse isn't exactly like the number one company that I wish would sponsor me, but if I knew someone was just talking shit for no apparent reason, that would get me heated, and I'd just be like, why? Like, I don't know.
Crazy, powerful thing.
And again, like, because if Braxophone is someone who's just like, you know, dying to get a sponsorship by Hoyoverse, then I get why that would be extremely detrimental, you know?
And
so
rightfully so.
I don't know. Atsu kind of seems like a what's the word? I know there's a word, but like he likes to gatekeep. You know, he has his little his clique of friends who they probably all suck his dick. You know, and he doesn't, you know, he only has so many openings for fluffers. So yeah.
Braxophone was worried about that, and he didn't talk out about a lot of this stuff, but he finally said, screw it, I'm going to talk about it. Well, you know, right now. And then he moves on, and he talks about this, and he says that I don't really know, I don't really have any personal problem. Sorry, this is the Joshua thing. He said, I went to bat for you. I don't have any problems with you, but you know Atsu. So it's kind of like Atsu is like the leader, and if he doesn't like you, we're not really allowed to like you, which is, it's kind of weird. It's like, are you your own person or not? Or are you scared of Atsu as well? It's weird. But he goes on down here, and I didn't know who he was talking about in this situation, but it was a message from Atsu to Tectone, and it says here, if you're reading this, Tectone, and your source for some of these claims you are making happens to be a guide maker that bears a personal grudge against me, please be aware you are likely being manipulated. Maybe it's not who I think it is, but I'm certain you know who I'm referring to, so stay vigilant.
All right, thanks for
DMs
tuning
are
in, Duckdoor.
and maybe he's not referring to Braxophone, but Braxophone thinks he's referring to Brax. And if that is the case, does Atsu think so little of Braxophone that he would manipulate Tectone into hating Atsu? That he would manipulate Tectone into thinking that all of those people are bad because Brax had a bad experience with them. And so either it was way, way, way worse than Brax is letting on, and he was like a savage creep, like the weirdest guy you've ever met. He was like slapping asses and just being this like a freak. Or Atsu may be overreacting here, and I need to see his side of it. I have to understand this from his side, or else for me, I'm looking at it and I'm going, something is awry. Something smells a little fishy here, and I don't know what it is. Never mind, I know what it is. But it's a little bit weird. Like, hey, DM me, because if it's Braxophone, you can't trust that guy. Why? Why can't we trust Brax so much? Why is he such a black?
Okay, so let me read this. Atsu, Asian guy stream. I said this already on stream, but to reiterate here, I thought it was unfair how Tectone and Doro, amongst others, got absolutely blasted by Twitter following Zion's tweet. It was unprovoked, and I think it's bad if we have people. We can't blah, blah, blah. I haven't said that. The way Tectone has reacted to this by diverging the conversation, throwing shots and spreading misinformation about CCs, including myself and parts of the communities, comes across as extremely insecure. So here's the thing. Again, like, so in terms of keeping things private, you know, like whether it be DMs or whatever it is, I think that there is a reason to release the information if it proves you right. Like let's say if someone were to come to me, be like, "Hey man, I you know," or they sent me DMs saying, "Hey man, I think you're a really great guy." Cool, whatever. And then they start posting videos saying, "Yeah," or they start going around saying, "Oh yeah, you know, you can't trust him. He's a liar. He's a snake. He'll release your information." And then I'm just like, "What the fuck? Like you know, you just said that we were just chill, right?" And they were like, "No, we were never chill." And then it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna release the DMs to prove you wrong." And then, you know, if they were to be like, "Oh, see, you know, you can't trust him. He'll release your DMs." It's like, yeah, sure, but I had to in order to prove that you're a fucking liar. It's like whenever people are, you know, get mad, like, "Oh, why are you checking their Snap score?" Because you're fucking lying. Oh, oh, I've just been really busy. Yeah, but your Snap score went up by 1,500. Wow, you're crazy. You're insane. You're mentally unhinged for looking at that. But you're lying. That's the thing. So it really depends. But again, I'm new to this drama, so maybe I'm missing something.
Listed person. I don't understand fully based on what I've read. In reality, the manipulation is coming from Atsu, telling Tectone to DM him. I still don't know what any of this is about.
But in reality, it must come from Atsu telling Tectone to DM him instead so he can clear things up. And by that I mean tell him not to believe me. He spun this awful narrative about me for a long time, and I still don't know what the fuck any of it is about or what I've done wrong. That's why he has to take the middle ground. Yeah, taking the middle ground, I get it sometimes, but other times it's like, no, you gotta take a stance, you know? It's really nuanced. I hate that. I hate that so much. I don't care if it's true in some situations. This tweet about the Palestinian genocide. Oh my. How did we go from Genshin Impact to the Palestinian genocide?
And so either, again, Brax is just completely unaware.
Genshin caused it? Question mark?
He's just completely socially unaware, or it is such an egregious like contrast of what should be like the relationship they should have. Atsu hates him so much that Braxophone is like, I literally don't understand what's wrong. And I'm gonna guess it's usually the more common thing. I think...
Okay. Again, I don't... From what I know about the situation, from this 23 minutes and 37 seconds of looking at this drama, I've met people who you could confront them and be like, hey, why are you talking so much shit about me? And then they will try to gaslight you and be like, oh, what do you mean? I'm not saying this stuff. Like, I really don't know what you're talking about. Like, I wouldn't say that about you. And they're fucking liars. You know, it doesn't matter, like, what evidence you show them. They'll just be like, oh, no, like, I didn't mean it that way. I'm not that kind of person. All right? It's more nuanced than that. So, like, from what it sounds like, I have had real-life interactions with people who sound like Atsu.
From my interaction with Braxophone, he was a seemingly normal dude. So my guess is there's some overreaction here, or like misinterpretation or labeling that's going on from that group towards Brax, and I don't know why. But yeah, it's just he talks about just being afraid to do this, how he feels ostracized in the community, all these different things, and he just finally said like, I'm gonna just.
Okay, ultimately, I just want to know what I've allegedly done wrong. And honestly, with how in-depth this doc file is of him just saying like I don't know why these people hate me so much, it does kind of sound like he might be somewhat, like he might be telling the truth. I don't know. There's nothing better to do, needy. Yeah, like it's definitely needy as fuck. Like Braxphone should have just taken the hint and be like, you know what? These people just don't fucking like me. Oh well. They can go eat a dick. Right? Because some people are just not gonna like you. It doesn't matter if you build 1,000 houses and save 1,000 starving children. They will still hate you. It doesn't matter. So this could just be one of those things. Like, Braxophone could just be a normal fucking guy, but Atsu, who is probably the ringleader of his cult, is like, nah, I hate you. He's scared that he might like the dick. Exactly. Maybe this is what it's all about. Atsu is like, he knows that he's gonna fall in love with Brax if he allows him into the group, and he's like, I can't allow that. That's gonna take away from my precious Genshin time.
To do it.
So,
Jake said, and I quote, I know for a fact that he does not want to talk to you. I also asked Ahoyo's staff.
I don't know who the fuck Jake is. It's very interesting. Because again, if Atsu is the ringleader, then of course, his
that I know
posse
has
is
worked with both of us in the past. If they
suck
could
his
connect
dick
in
and
some
take
way,
whatever opinions
he
he
said,
has onto themselves.
To fix the he said, she said disaster, but they were unsuccessful in opening a dialogue. So it's kind of like this, like, he's cut off. He can't fix it. He wants to reach out to fix it, and it's almost like if he reaches out to fix it,
You've already destroyed my mental health, bro. It's Genshin. Calm down.
Atsu's like, oh, here he goes again, trying to contact me, and then
I haven't talked about this with anyone in months. Leave me alone, bro.
just like blacklists him even harder and just like pushes him away even harder.
The sensitivity is a little bit too high as well.
And so it's almost like that ex-girlfriend or that ex that's like, please take me back, and Atsu's like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. It's bizarre. It really is bizarre.
It is.
He's been fostering this for a while, hasn't said anything about it, and I don't know what to say. It's a pretty big claim, and I mean, I don't know. I've been blacklisted for a long time. I know that it's because I critique the game. Like, let's be honest, it's a Chinese company. Maybe there's some CCP stuff going on there. I got banned from the Discord, all these different things. As soon as I started talking about the game, the other thing too is, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I noticed this and I tracked this because it seemed very weird. If you look at my channel and my YouTube views and you look at my Twitch views, my YouTube views stayed very solid overall. I went free to play, and if you look at the comments on my discussion about going free to play, everyone was pretty damn hyped. People were like, yo, he's starting over, free to play? This is badass. You're a badass. Most of the comments on my Klee trilogy, there's definitely some trolling stuff, but a lot of the comments on my videos are actually really positive. They're like, yo, free to play God? This is sick. This is amazing. But as soon as I got banned from the Discord, which was shortly after critiquing the game and critiquing the monetization, my viewership on Twitch tanked. I went from some of my peaks of 15,000 viewers, and I know that's because I was spending money. I know that was because I was spending money. I went from 15,000 viewers on crazy stream.
Imagine spending money and still not getting that many viewers. That's me.
And like 6,000-7,000 views on a lot of them, down to like 1,000. And I was looking around and I'm going, this is odd. This is very odd. My last video, 800,000 views, is doing incredible. All my videos I was posting popping off, but for some reason my Twitch audience started to fall apart. I posted my first few free-to-play God videos and they did amazing.
Drama in your life.
But for some reason, my Twitch
honestly, like, that's why I'm just like, oh, what? Is Braxophone, like, wiping his tears with his $100 bills? Like, bro, I don't know. That's why I really hope that I can get to a decent size to where I could be a part of stuff like this, because I feel like I feel like I would enjoy this so much. I would have so much fun with being involved in stuff like this.
Not really recovering. Maybe there was... I mean, this is a big claim, and this has nothing to do with Atsu, but maybe there was some view botting going on in that game. People were view botting the Genshin channels to push it up in the directory and make it more popular.
Of
the
course.
second I pissed them off, my views tanked. Now, Tectone didn't tank as much. He's done really well.
Twitch, you have to watch.
And so maybe I'm just looking into it, but it was a very
no, for sure.
Seeing the positive reception versus what ended up happening shortly after. And so I've been blacklisted. I've been ostracized from the community, or from like Hoyoverse for a long time. And at TwitchCon, there was a little bit of a reconciliation. But honestly, I'm probably out again because I thought that ZZZ wasn't this like amazing thing, and I wasn't the nicest about my review. So I'm getting...
I've already said this before. ZZZ does not seem like a fun game to me. It's turn based, and I've never liked those anyways. So
guessing I'm probably out. I can message them and ask kind of what their thoughts are, but I'm not in the creator servers. I'm not flown out.
Or it's not turn based. It's level based, like, or like a or whatever the fucking. Basically Honkai.
Any events, I've never been paid by them. I have no connections or anything with Hoyoverse. And I don't think that's because of Atsu. I don't think it's because of his crew, and I've had good relationships with them overall. But well,
There goes the sponsorship.
absolutely. I don't think good relationships. I hardly even talk to most of them. But there's no like negative bad blood out there. But it's also because it's like I don't want to talk to them in case me being blacklisted like ruins their careers, like ruins their thing they've got going on. And so it's more to protect them than anything, because I understand that maybe associating with me could hurt them. So yes, I am a martyr. I'm a saint. I am the free-to-play god. But I don't know. It's so weird. I would love to see Atsu's side of this. I would love to see their side of this, or just explain what happened in detail. They don't have to, but I would love a response, because this is crazy. And I don't know. This whole community is just like...
I think if Atsu doesn't respond, he's guilty. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe there was like more to this than I thought. Maybe there are some dark players in play. Maybe the hand that's been dealt was a little bit nefarious from the dealer.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, this is just one of the drama videos covering it. I still have to watch Tectones, and who knows, maybe some other videos, but we'll see. All right, so for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning into this new drama series. Hopefully it's not going to be as long as the last one, but, it's Genshin, so we'll see. All right, bye-bye.